Hello, my name is Andy Melendrez, and I'm your Ward 2 City Council member and also the host of Good Neighbor Riverside. And today we're here at Martha McLean Park in the city of Riverside. And if you don't know where Martha McLean Park is, it's along Jurupa Avenue right before you get to the grade separation as you're headed towards Van Buren Boulevard. If you've not ever had a chance to visit this park, it is a wonderful, wonderful park. Miguel, why don't you take a pan around the park and you can see the Santa Ana River waterbed with all the wonderful trees in the background. You're going to see the hills of Jurupa Valley and then also the Angeles Forest, the mountain range there. We're here to talk about the importance of environmental care, and we have a few individuals we want to introduce to you that are important individuals that are promoting the importance of our community and also the environment of our community. Miguel, why don't you go ahead and follow me? We're going to introduce you to an individual who is currently working and doing a lot of outreach to give information on how we preserve our environment. Come on out here. Would you like to join me? Sure. Introduce yourself and what you do.
Hi, my name's Emily. I'm the Conservation Fellow with Environment California. So I help to pass policies that promote clean air, clean water, and open space for the state.
And today we're talking about plastics, right? Today we're talking about plastics and the impacts that plastics have in our environment. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. I think this stat really stands out that every single turtle species that's been tested has found that there's plastic in their bodies. So even some of the most protected, beloved creatures on our planet are getting impacted by the single-use culture that we're addicted to. And it just goes to show that we really need to, as a society, come together and just stop using plastic when we don't need to.
So plastics are ingested. And how do they get there?
Yeah. A lot of the things you throw away, first of all, they don't always get recycled as well as we'd like. And second of all, a lot of them end up in our water supply, like the Santa Ana River, and they end up washing out to the oceans. And that's why you see plastic bags next to turtles. But then one of the unknown problems that we're learning a lot about right now is the issue of microplastics. And not just the big chip bag that you use, but that actually breaks down. It never fully decomposes. It breaks down into microplastics. Those accumulate in our environment like the ocean, and those can also end up being ingested even just by humans and any creature that's breathing the air or drinking the water.
My goodness. How about that? Thank you so much for the work you do, and obviously you do a lot of outreach to inform the community of that and the importance of really taking care of that plastic or not using it at all.
Yeah. We got to stop using plastic. Now, in the future, we need to wean ourselves off, and I'm really excited to work with the city council member in the future to do everything we can here in Riverside.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah.
Miguel, take a really quick look at the turtle we have there. This is a blow-up turtle, obviously not one that we've ever seen that size, but another look at the park. Look, it's a wonderful, wonderful facility out here, maintained by the city of Riverside. And we have another individual here I want to introduce you to. Newly elected council member Erin Edwards. Tell us a little bit about why you're out here today.
Thank you so much. So I'm Erin Edwards. I'm the new council member representing Ward 1, where we are this morning in the Martha McLean Anza Narrows Park. And this park is significant and very special to be here to have this conversation this morning because it was named after one of the women water warriors who in the 70s really worked with the community, with the county, with several jurisdictions to be able to save the river from having concrete poured in the bottom as a flood control measure. So she worked hard to keep it in a natural state, to protect this river, to make this an area where Riversiders and others can come and enjoy. And so now it's up to us to continue her legacy and to continue protecting this river. And one of the ways we can do that is through thinking very intentionally about plastic pollution and how we can end that here.
Great. All right. Well, thank you so much for being out here. Thank you for joining us today. Miguel, let's go ahead and take another walk over here. One other individual I want to introduce you to. Well, actually, there's two, but let me talk about this young lady. She seems a little shy, but we're going to talk to her anyway. And tell us your name and what you do.
My name is Karina. I'm with Inland Empire Waterkeeper, and I'm a programs director.
And as a program director, tell us what you do.
I manage and coordinate a lot of our education and research restoration programs to ensure clean water for the Santa Ana River and ensure that it stays healthy for future generations.
Great. So you engage yourself with a lot of community members, encourage them to be involved in events to help do cleanup, as well as educating them on the impacts that plastics and other things. It could be air, it could be plastic, it could be just a variety of other things. Great.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right. Miguel, one other individual I want to introduce you to today. I'm going to squeeze on in here very quickly. And I know she's really, really busy. But please introduce yourself and tell us why you're here today.
My name's Megan Brousseau. I'm the Associate Director of Inland Empire Waterkeeper, and we're here today because the river is why we do what we do. We're clean water advocates, and we want clean water for all the communities and the ocean, but that all starts and ends with this river. So we're here today to spread the word on how we need to keep plastics and trash in general out of this river and what we can do together to do that.
Now, we were told just a little bit earlier, one of the other individuals we interviewed, that animals ingest plastics. It's because we throw them away, and it's the people sometimes don't connect the two.
Absolutely. So one of the things that plagues us are Capri Sun and that foil type packaging, which also involves plastics because it always has that plastic straw in it and a little piece of plastic that comes with it. And that in particular looks like a fish. It's silver. It gets sucked up and is light, ends up in there, and our great white egrets and our great blue herons have a huge mouth and throat. They see that like a fish, they swallow it whole, and it takes up room in their tummy and tells their brain there's no need to use energy to hunt. You're full, and they starve. And we do find them dead, necropsy them, and find plastics in their stomach.
Wow, what incredible. I'm sure there's much more of an impact that we have not even started to discussing that plastics have in the environment.
Absolutely, but the great thing is that you don't have to learn it all today. There's an opportunity to go to inlandempirewaterkeeper.org and find multiple cleanups that you can come to every year and clean this river, clean tributaries to this river. We have cleanups that are good for tiny kids, elderly folks, and everybody in between. And that's where you come and you clean, and while you're clean, I'm squawking at you and teaching you all of these things and showing you where you can make a difference today in just simple lifestyle changes that your family can do.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you
Really
very
appreciate
much.
your time and all your efforts. Thank you so much. Well, there you have it. You see how plastics impact our environment. And we hope you've learned something today. Obviously, these individuals are passionate about what they do, and there's much more that needs to be done in the future. Thanks for joining us today on Good Neighbors Riverside. Thank you.